And we are live. Welcome everyone to the show of Dice and Men. Today, me and Mr Atticus Lynch are going to talk about his world and world building. Um, right now, we just on creating the world because this is not my own world, so I have little idea about it. So let us go into. So Mr Atticus, who are you, and who are you on the internet, and what are you what is the world, this world that you're proposing for us to play in?
All right. Hello. I'm Atticus.
Mm-hmm.
I am a GM of quite a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Played mainly 5E and Pathfinder Second Edition and a little bit of 4E to start.
Mm-hmm.
I yeah, basically Nash, you asked me to come on board on this one-on-one game and say, let's use your world. I said, okay, sure.
Yep.
Um,
Which
so
yeah, we shall see where how far this small project will go. But I am very giddy to get into your world. I've read
yeah,
it a bit. It seems to be interesting. But I have some proposition. If you don't mind.
of course.
Yep. So yeah. Let me change to the table first. So Foundry table.
So
Yep. Can you join my table first? um, we should do this
oh,
before stream.
okay.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
worries.
It's
Not a stream without a little bit of scuff.
Yep.
Can I have the link and everything?
Yeah. The link is yeah. Sure. I think I've changed it a bit. Give me a second to change that again. Hopefully that yep. Okay then. Stream link. All right. There you go. That's the link to my table.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, the access key is just the
And
same. It's almost the same one that you pin on our DMs. So, so yeah.
yeah, I'm in.
Okay, that's great.
I think I'm in.
Yep. hmm All right, you are
So,
in. So about your world, right? Give me like brief overview on the world itself. Why do we start at 834 and not on and not other year? Why 834 is important in your world right now? The year of
oh,
834. Yeah.
so the way I
Mm,
envisioned this world was
mhm,
that I wanted to create a place where,
mm,
well, this is not the first time I'm approaching this world.
mm,
I think this is the third iteration, the one that Nash and I will be playing in.
yep.
I wanted to create a field where there is
Mm,
always some level of tension between
mhm,
divine forces as well as the people on the ground.
mhm,
I wanted to create a place where,
mm,
like, I'm very inspired by the Greek classics. I wanted to create a place where the gods are perpetually envious and perhaps even a little bit angry at the common man, and so they're always out to get them,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
So
Yep.
I think,
I'm sharing the your map on the stream right now.
yeah,
So that the viewers can see it.
yeah,
So what's going on? What's the big conflict that happened in your world right now?
yeah.
Like the main flashpoint right now, right? And the little
So
flashpoint.
the main flashpoint is
Yep.
the what is the word? The landmark
Mm-hmm.
through which this calendar is defined.
Yep.
It's basically when, okay, I don't remember where it came from. I
Mm.
have to go back and
You
dig through
take
my
your
notes
notes.
from 3 years back. But
Yeah.
someone said,
Mm-hmm.
like, am I allowed to swear on you?
Yeah, sure. It's not 50 minutes like 50 second. Yeah, no word is like the swear word, but yeah, you can swear and everything like that. It's just like no bad words like racial slur or anything like that.
No.
Swear.
I'm
Yeah.
not using a slow. I'm just gonna say. So some player, I forgot who, said
Mm-hmm.
"fuck Ghost Ray." I was like, okay, that became the defining moment, the major flashpoint
Mm-hmm.
in the world. basically, um, so in my first iteration, I played with a massive Pantheon. I thought that was encumbering. In the second one,
Mhm.
that I'm running in a different campaign right now, I'm playing with a Pantheon of 11,
Yes.
12 minus Gosray. And this I'm happy for you to change however you
Oh
like,
no.
with the exception that like
Mhm.
Gosray, like he needs to be dead because he came down to the mortal realm
Mhm.
and he killed himself, who turned into five
Mhm.
creatures, like
5 beasts, right?
three of which,
Mhm.
yeah, three of which are already out.
Mhm.
And one is like a creature that I left somewhere in the world in the Great Lake, I believe, as like a possible end game fight
Yeah.
for my players if they so choose to like take that on.
I mean, I enjoy that your Pantheon has three first, like the big three, and then you have like
Yeah,
other smaller one, right? It's just that
yeah,
right now it's very like copyrightable. We may have to change a bit. Right now we're just using like Pathfinder gods, right? I can recognize like
yeah,
Nephis
yeah.
is
It's
there,
all
Ayomede is there, Asmodeus is there, so.
yeah. So the
Mm,
second pantheon are all Pathfinder,
mhm. Yeah,
like
I see.
from
Yeah,
various Pathfinder books.
I
Yeah,
see some of the deity that you created is has some like creative value like Kuzong Kizong Kizong. Yeah, I'm sorry, my Mandarin is really bad. Oh, my Chinese is really bad. So.
that's no worries. Quizong is, I
Mhm,
believe, from the Pathfinder, one of the
mhm.
splat books as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's like the god for Tianxia, right? The Asian part of
Yeah, yeah,
mhm,
yeah. So I just wanted to
mhm.
incorporate a little bit here and there. But like,
Yeah,
yeah, in Fantasy Asia, yeah.
yeah.
But the second Pantheon, all 12 of them,
Mhm.
RIP Gosray is they're all
Yep.
Pathfinder entities, yeah.
Yep.
But the first Pantheon is more like, yeah, like it's not meant to be worshipped. They are just
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
They've existed and they continue to exist. And as long as like the world is there, they'll be there,
Yeah.
kind of.
I mean, yeah. Right now, I am the GM for this part, and then we swap when there is a
Yeah, sure.
character change. Yeah. That's what been discussed off stream between me and Mr. Atticus here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Suzreal is part of Pathfinder, or is it your own your own?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, the Pantheon over here, right? Susriel, and then you have JD. Is it yours, or is
No, Surreal, everything, all 11 of them
from Pathfinder?
are
Okay,
Pathfinder. Yeah,
all right. You
yeah,
might we might going to change that based on like characters that we created. So
yeah.
don't
Okay,
worry about
sure.
that. Yeah, I quite enjoy reading
Yeah,
through. It's quite concise, and any GM can get into it.
yeah.
So, all right. Okay. We're going to talk about geography first. Oh my god. I'm looking through your
Oh,
map.
don't worry about it.
Yeah. So
It's like,
which part that we should focus first on, right?
so I
Mm-hmm.
think, why don't you tell me what kind of tone you want to set for the
All
campaign,
right.
and then we can
All
like
right.
start from like a
S-
focal point.
So so for this show, right, for of Dice and Men, right? My proposition is that we create an NPC that would be important. For like small timeline of history, right? Since
Right.
like this is one on one, so we're going to flesh out like minions, big bad evil guy minions, or big bad evil guy themselves, evil faction, or we're going to find a good faction, or a good like someone that is going to be an NPC in your game, right? And then we're going to flesh out their motivation, everything like that. And if we are done with that character, like we want to leave it hanging because we think that the party will meet with this NPC, or we want the party to resolve, or other party or other campaigns to resolve this issue that we create on this our solo game. Then then we change character. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I can work with that. So are we going for a more
Mm-hmm.
high fantasy feel, or are we going for a more gritty, like like
I
when we
I
played
I have no
Timber Room.
I have no idea. I have no idea at all. Like my mind is that we are playing like you and I play like an NPC. Like that's going to be important, right? Like maybe not the big bad evil guy, maybe the minion itself, right? Doing some tasks, and the task itself must be have like the task itself must have like the semblance of uncertainty, right? Whether it's going to work or not, right? If the bit bad,
Uh,
if we decided that the plot is going to be like that way, then the plot is going to be that way. So then we don't have to like role play or roll roll dice, right? Uh,
uh,
so that's the main idea of it. Like we can play like a group like a group of dwarfs, right? Try to reclaim a hall. We can play a princeling of elf, try to build a diplomatic relationship with other countries, or we can play an evil bit bad evil guy minion, someone, right, that's try to sow dissent and try to fuck things up. But the catch is this, right? The things that we know that the party will engage, right? Right now you have a campaign, right? A campaign or a test game that you're running right now, right?
yeah.
So where are the party right now?
Oh, they're playing in fantasy Greece. They're playing in Asian city states.
Free states of the coast,
No, no, sorry, a little bit more south. Asian city states.
South Asian city states. Is it on the map?
Asian city states. Yeah, yeah. It's
Where is it? I
are
don't.
you on the country view or the like the
The
what do you call it? The journey view, like
No,
when
no,
it's all roads and
the
stuff.
country. I mean, geography,
Okay,
the country.
so Asian city states is been two countries south of the
All right,
free
I
city
see
states.
it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. There we go.
right. So, what's happening in this small part of geography of the world, right? What's going
Right.
on? What's the conflict
Uh,
right now?
so so conflict wise,
Mm,
as far as the players of my
mm,
campaign are concerned,
yep.
we don't have a lot of conflict fleshed out yet because they are
Mm,
still like the stakes aren't that high. They are still low level. Like
yep.
there's no conflict, so to say. They are just doing odd jobs, going from like
Mm,
contract to contract type of thing.
yep.
But the core idea behind this country that I've created and like
Mm,
what sort of propels this country
mm,
forward or backwards
mm,
currently, it's in regression right now, is that obviously it's very coastal. So if you're on the sea,
mm,
you're an economic superpower.
mm,
If you're a little bit more inland,
mm.
you're kind of left
Screwed.
to hang and dry
Yeah, you're
because
screwed. Mm,
like, oh, if we can take the ship everywhere, why would we use like roads? Why would we like bother going inland, right? Like that's not where the economy is. So
mm,
so right now, this is a country that is partly thriving and partly in decay.
mm,
And obviously that's like a lot of there's a lot of as per usual when you're not doing well economically, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of people that are feeling like, okay,
mm.
what do we do? Like what is our future? That kind of thing.
So they aren't any like national identity in against city states, right? They are basically conglomerates of city states.
Yeah, yeah, I would say they are conglomerate. So like the
Mhm,
cities each govern themselves, which is why there's such a huge
mhm,
disparity because I don't think the rich
mhm,
coastal port towns are like interested in helping the more inland
mhm,
towns.
mhm.
And the binding sort of characteristic is that they
It's
are
the
all
culture.
ethnically like Greek, right? Like
Yep,
this fantasy Greece. Yeah.
yep. So they are
Yeah.
bind by
So
culture,
yeah.
bind by that. It's just that if somebody else, like people from Orc Republic or people from the Emirate, come and attack them, they basically unite by that, right? It's like sort of like Greece
Yeah.
during the Persian
Yeah.
invasion. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's always a little bit of political tension between them and
Mm-hmm.
the fantasy Romans to the north, the
Yep.
Exilius.
Yeah.
So the way I envision, I didn't want to create a orcish like city or
Mm-hmm.
orcish civilization that is like
Mm-hmm.
whipped into frenzy by war because I'm like very sick of like the
Yeah.
typical fantasy
If it's
depiction
the
of like
orcs,
orcs
yeah.
being like angry. Like I don't like that. I envision orcs as like a very refined ancient civilization. They're chilling.
Mm-hmm.
They're out in
Mm-hmm.
their own island. They have a self-sustaining economy. They have a decent like
Mm-hmm.
fishing, aquaculture,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. They have a lot of active ports,
Mm-hmm.
and they aren't interested in fighting the Greeks. But the Romans, however,
Yeah. Yeah, they have
they're
like
the
imperialistic
tendencies.
tendency,
Yeah,
yeah.
so the tension would be more towards the north as well.
Yep. I mean, against this is the makes sense for them to expand, right? Since the free city states on the north is divided by mountains, range of mountains, right? It's quite hard for people
Yep,
to cross there. So
yep,
I would say that yeah, it's I can say that we can see that there is a tension between senators Eximus, right? Senator Eximus and Aegean city states.
yep.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of like it. So right now you are not sure what will cause the conflict, right? What will trigger the conflict and makes the party care, right? Because it's just like one session and we are not sure right now. But if the party is not
Yeah,
there, right? What would happen if the party is not there to stop to stop this expansion? What would happen?
I
In your
think
world.
honestly, I
Mm-hmm.
haven't sent anyone on the path to like
Mm-hmm.
become this like diplomat to like stop
The war.
potential war because
Mm-hmm.
they might just say after a while, we're
Yeah.
bored of Greece, we want to go somewhere else. So
Yeah.
I never put that in place because I don't want to have to prep like a whole war arc and then never get to you. That would be heartbreaking.
Yep. That is true.
Yeah.
So what happened if they leave, right? If they leave, would Eximus expand to against the seats?
So the way I see it right now is
Mm-hmm.
let me think.
Mm-hmm.
They would probably uh hmm, militarily, which one makes more sense to be the superior force?
I mean, I
Yeah,
mean, I mean, Rome defeated Greece, even though it's a pirate, like
yeah, you know what?
pirate,
Yeah,
yeah,
correct,
pirate,
correct. Yeah,
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 it's a
yeah, yeah.
pirate victory. Is still like it's
Yeah, they
still,
defeated.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they still
Yeah, so
conquer the
you know what?
Greece.
Yes, Eximius. So if left to their own devices, Eximius will get run over by.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Aegea will get run over by Eximius. Yeah, that
Yep,
makes sense.
yep. It's
That's how
just
the class. That's how it went in the classical antiquity also.
yep. I can see that Exenius the cost of war is going to be like costly, but at least they're expanding, right? I can sense that Exenius is like they are looking for labor shortage, right? They because of because citizens are considered as a free man and they want more amenities, so they want more resource, they want more like labor
Yeah, you
shortage.
want cheap labor.
Yeah, cheap
Yeah,
labor, and I can say
prisoners of war. That is like
yeah,
cheap labor.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I can see that they want to expand to the Ox, right? To the Ox territory, because of
yeah,
like it's because Ox are stronger. So they have like the tendency. I can see that the Aegean is like the last stand before like they going to go up the Ox,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and then
yeah.
yeah, I kind of like it. How about we play as someone from Exenius, and try to
We're plotting. We're
yeah, we're
plotting
plotting for the downfall
for
of
the
the Aegean
glory of
city.
the rear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I kind of like it. So that's the main one conflict right now. That we can think of. What else? On your previous like campaign, right, with Lorraine
Yeah.
and Republic of Kandahar. And you told me about this supremacy elf, snow
Right,
elf
right.
from the
So
north.
that's all the way to yeah. So when I was looking through
Mm-hmm.
elves ancestry pics,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed like snow elves or Arctic elves. Wait,
Yep.
wait. Let me Google it. I forgot what it's called already.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
so
Don't
long.
worry about it. I mean, we
Yeah,
actually
Arctic elf. Yeah, it's a ancestry pick that you could do if you're an elf, right?
yes.
When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, there are Arctic elves. Let's make something with that. And so
Mm-hmm.
so I made the Arctic Elven Kingdom. They are like a really stoic, very like
Mm-hmm.
whatever. If if our buildings collapse,
Mm.
if our people die, we don't care as long as we continue to exist, right?
Mm.
And you couple that with like the characteristic of elves usually being very, very, very long living. Like in Pathfinder, not so much, but in like typical like
Mm.
fantasy media, you're thinking at like thousands of years, if
Yes.
not
Yep.
straight up immortal, right?
Yep.
So you get this like group of people that are think in terms of like centuries, you know, they're like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, all right, if we don't succeed in the next 50 years, we
Mm.
don't care. We'll wait it out. Your people will die out. Like, well, we're chilling, right? Like,
Yep. Yeah, I understand.
so,
Hmm. So what
so you
happened? Yeah.
have,
So what happened during the last campaign where between you and
so,
Sinister? I you talk about
so,
they are somewhere in Lorraine, like the
yeah.
flanks of
So
the.
they're somewhere in lot. So to go back a little bit,
Mm.
when Gosray did what Gosray did, right? A very big oopsie.
Mm.
When the the beast poisoned the Great Lake,
Mm.
it
Where is this
weakened the
great?
and
Yeah, where is this great lake, man?
I think you have to go to the other view.
The view. All right. Give me a
The one where
second.
it's like all cities are named and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Where is the Great Lakes?
So it is right next to Valdelia, right north of it.
Gilde here. I mean somewhere in Lorraine, right? I'm using the White Tower as landmark. Where is it
Oh,
from
White
here?
Tower, you have to go a lot west and somewhere
Oh,
south.
right. I can see the Great Lake over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, there we go.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, sorry, it's the trees only come in black, so I had
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
it obscures the
Mhm.
reading the words a little bit.
Yep.
But so basically, back in the old days,
Mhm.
there is this I envision this continent as the Dwarven continent.
Mhm.
The Dwarven
People. Yeah.
First Empire
Mhm.
spanned all the way from the Great Lake to Kelda,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Including all the in-between lands.
Yeah, they took the mountain range, yeah, with that
Yeah,
stereotypical dwarfs, and then they
yeah,
took the land also, right? But they
yeah,
don't,
the surrounding
but
land.
they don't
Yeah,
pref but they don't prefer.
yeah,
uh,
they don't prefer it, like,
but they
but
claim it, right?
they claim it.
Yeah.
They claim it. And so when
Mm-hmm.
Gosray did the oopsie
Mm-hmm.
and the Great Lake was poisoned,
Yep.
it weakened them to the point where on the first winter of the poisoning,
Mm.
the Arctic elves came down and literally decimated their entire heartland.
Okay.
So now the first empire is split into what it remains in the west side and
Mm-hmm.
on the east
East
side,
side.
the Kelda. So
Okay.
they permanently cut off all communications between the two mountain ranges because
Mm-hmm.
the elves just came and like took the whole
Mm-hmm.
heartland.
Yeah, the
And
Slaverine Federation
yeah,
liberated
yeah,
Midlands. Yep.
yeah. So and then they declared their independence and they're like, okay, we're the Silvarin now, right?
Okay.
We're our
Mm-hmm.
this is now territory of the elves. And then sometime in the last 300 or I forgot what I wrote down actually.
Yeah, you have to check
Sometime in
your
the
notes,
last
man, and share it
yeah,
with me.
yeah.
I mean, I
But
want the whole detail because it might going to be important, right? So.
I wrote it down in
Mhm.
the dossier that I uploaded to your drive.
Mhm.
But basically, Loren
Mhm.
and Republic of Kelda,
Mhm.
they banded together and they pushed the elves back, and now it's called the Liberated Midlands. This is not a real country as much as it is like a war government
Mhm. That you still
sort
trying to
of
figure out, right? But this
yeah,
is yeah,
yeah.
but this is the campaign all about, right? Between like me and you, we try to flesh out things that aren't fleshed out, or you don't have
Yeah,
like the opportunity, or there is a
yeah.
roadblock on or writer's block. So I think
Yeah,
this is
because
how.
it's too much. Like I started out with too much. I think I just wanted like a nice looking continental map that I
Yep.
can like
Yeah.
okay
I mean,
pick out stories from.
yeah. I mean that's the good thing about solo play. Most of people like coming from tabletop RPG, they thought that um tabletop RPG hobbies you have to be like 4 to 5 people. No, you can play just one and one like single play, right? And between GM and GM, you swap roles, and then we flesh out the world, and then if you have like a regular game on your world, we can create like we can go into it like much more like flesh out the world, right? So that people say, oh, this NPC, who is this NPC? Oh, this NPC been played on this campaign before, right? So yeah.
Yeah, so
So
sorry,
yeah.
I looked it up.
Mhm.
It's like in the last 150 years,
Mhm.
the union between like Kelda and Lorraine, they pushed the elves back,
Yep.
and they are now like
Mhm.
they've carved out this area called the Liberated Islands, where
Midlands.
it's like, okay,
Mhm.
like this is a war zone. This is technically
A
speaking a
buffer
war
state,
zone.
yeah. But a
Yeah,
buffer
a
state.
buffer state, correct, correct.
Yes.
It's ruled entirely by a wartime government.
Mhm. I see. What about
But
a
I
sovereign Sardom? How can they become a Sardom for like a small small country?
well,
Mhm.
it's ruled by a star. I just wanted a fantasy Russia.
Mhm.
It's 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 ruled by a star, and it's so far out of the coast,
Mhm.
so far out on the coast, like
Mhm.
that the dwarfs initially were like,
Mhm.
all right, I'm not interested in that part of the world. It's too much salt water. I'm not interested.
All right. So
And
that's
and so the first empire had just been like, okay, you know what? You can take the coast. I don't care. We
okay.
can trade even. You can go and fish and what we can trade. I'm not touching the sea.
I hope this is not the only continent on your world. I hope that there is a lot of like other continent, floating continents, and everything like that, so that we can
I
explore.
haven't thought about
Yeah, but
haven't
yeah,
thought about that deeply. I That's gonna be a
yeah,
whole
whole
nother
a
like
different thing, right? So we're going to
yeah.
focus, right? So what happened during your first campaign with you and Sinister, one of your player and my players as well.
So they were just like
Mm-hmm.
bouncing about in like Lauren.
Yep,
I need to recall. It's been so long.
yep. Check your notes. Check your
They were
notes. Mm-hmm.
they were going from like job to job.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point in time, I had them fight a recurring,
Mm-hmm.
um, I would say like schema, like a shadowy figure
Mm-hmm.
that is
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have enough time to think about it very deeply,
Mm-hmm.
but in that moment, I wanted him to be like a spy attached to
All right.
Loren coming from the
All right.
Arctic Elves,
Mm-hmm.
and he was destabilizing Loren from within, basically. But I haven't figured out the finer like details
All right.
because
All right.
we never got to that point.
Yeah, we are going. We are going to that guy. We're going to play that guy. But right now, between these two flashpoint, right? Between two flashpoint, I think that Senators is like the better option because right now it's the campaign that you are playing, and we shall see whether that the uncertainty of history might happen, right? Whether the Eximus is going to invade and win against the Aegean, or whether that they just going to be isolationist roams, right? Like decaying because of the war, right?
Yep,
So
sure.
yeah, I mean I mean that's the two big uncertainty in your world right now, right? At the year 834, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Um,
Yeah.
834 isn't
Mm-hmm.
like a what do you call it? I didn't pick it specifically with 834 in mind. I just wanted it to be about 8 centuries from like
Mm-hmm. And move forward, right? Eight
yeah.
centuries and move forward, right?
So you can go a little bit back, a little bit forward,
Mm.
but
But we
but
shall start at 834. 834 is something like some. There's a lot of things happening in 834, right?
yeah, but the
uh,
chronology I would say isn't that strict because a lot of things are not
mm,
like I haven't declared it to the players, so it's still fluid. We can still like
work with it, right? Yeah, I think
yeah,
we
we
shall.
can
Yeah,
still
I think we shall start at 834. With senators, right? I think we shall
sure.
place someone that is ambitious from this part of the world, and we shall
Right.
see whether that even though that the party is going to get bored with Aegean city state, right? I would say that things will move on, right? Even though they bail, yeah, let's go to the odd country, right? And then they hear about about the cities, about this place that they just on got invaded, right? So that they there is a verisimilitude, right? That history is the game is not static. There is a living world behind them. That's what I want the party to feel. I'm not going to join your campaign just yet. It's just that whenever you need me on that campaign, I will join around. Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. But for this one, the one where we play of Dyson Man,
Mm-hmm. Tyson man, yeah.
so we're going for a more like
Mm-hmm.
intrigue based like
Um, I mean, the campaign is supposed to be like we play someone, right? And then we decide whether that someone managed to do what they want in their life, right? Someone
Right.
in this world. Maybe someone we can play someone in liberated Midlands and try to figure out what's the conflict and what's his ambition, whether he's just we don't have to play as someone from the government or someone that is higher up or a nobility, right? We can play someone that is like low born, just a thief in the city, try to get big, and suddenly he becomes the mafia of that city, right? So we can play someone that is evil, and we can play that someone that is good. We don't have to limit ourselves. It's and right now maybe we can try like intrigue game in senators, right? Try to gather up like support and everything like that. Try to this one guy try to be like Julius Caesar and try to conquer the whole city states. Or whether he's going to be like Pompey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fail at every at every campaign. So we shall see. I really like right now because I really like the idea because right now the party is there and we can focus on it. Even though that your campaign right it's going to end like abruptly because you know tabletop RPG on online games
I mean, I'm
yeah
gonna touch wood and say, okay, fingers crossed. I hope not, but
yeah
I I
hmm
I do
hmm
wish that okay, we can like at least resolve like a nice arc.
nice
It doesn't have to be a big one, but
hmm
then like at least something,
yep
right?
yep so
I
yeah
hope it doesn't just like end abruptly.
yeah
That would be quite
it's quite
that
sad.
would be quite tragic.
Yeah, but I think for our like solo game, I think we can resolve conflict because it's just between me and you. We can be flexible. We can play not this week. Like next week, maybe you have like some like obligation, real life obligation. But
Yeah.
we can just continue and resume. Right. That's the good thing about solo game.
Yeah. We
Compared
only have to coordinate two
to
different
different
people's
peoples,
like
yeah, instead of 4 or 5 different peoples. I think we can
yeah.
resolve an arc, but for that other group, I'm not sure. But right now, yeah, I really want to see the uncertainty between against this state and Eximus resolve, right? That's the one of the good thing. The snow elf is someone that is going to be I think important on destabilizing Lorraine.
Yeah.
And yeah yeah that is why we need I mean that is why you need heroes right in your tabletop RPG because you as a GM we as a GM love to break stuff for our players to
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah okay that's two big flashpoint that we managed to crack open. I don't think that we going into first empire everything like that. I think it's going to be like third or fourth character that we can think
Yeah.
of.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Right now let's create a character for you. Let's create a character.
So we are playing with dual
Yeah.
class variant rule.
I mean, it depends, right? It depends. If we place someone that is important, let me write it down first. I've been contemplated to write down the house rule, right? But I just don't have time. Just like you, like work and stuff. But yeah, I try to accommodate with the whole piece as well. So right now, yes, we can play with dual class variant rule. But
All right.
I would say that dual class variant rule is someone that's really important. Like the NPC is really important. He's the big bad
Right.
evil guy or
I
the
just
saints of the time, right?
yeah, I just need to know whether
Mhm.
what kind of character I need to create. That's it. Like we can play with or without any rules. I just need to know what I'm playing with so that I can create a
Yeah.
character.
Oh, I think we're going for if we're playing someone from if we play someone ambitious from Eximus, right? I would say that this guy would be the big bad evil guy. Of that camp is of this campaign that you are running, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that yes, for this character we will go for dual class variant. Dual class variant. It's going to have like not a single person or single guy without influence. I would say that this guy have some influence. He has some followers, right? It's just that if he send his follower, things might not going to be like as well planned. so he have to do it himself, right? Sometimes he has to do it himself. Sometimes he really gets stuff. Sometimes he has to do it himself.
Yeah.
And then we can flesh out that person that being tasked, right, to see whether that's going to resolve or not. That uncertainty is going to
The
resolve or not.
more what I had in mind was
Hmm?
more of a playing a character that
Uh-huh.
is more I would say more
Hmm?
hands-on, I think. Like
More
more involved in their own schemes.
schemes.
Because
Mhm.
because obviously like there are some things that you just can't trust to a henchman, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
if you are
Mhm.
if your senator from above comes and tells you, hey, I need you to get this done, you're not gonna like
Mhm.
you're not gonna run off to some other guy, pay them like 10 gold pieces and be like, yeah, okay, I need this.
Yeah, I mean, Eximus is not an empire right now, right? They are a
No,
republic.
it's a senate, yep.
Yeah, it's a republic right now. So these guys might be going to be ambitious. So he might not want to speak out his plan. He just want to create conflict and tension to say that the republic is on like is on a danger, right? It's on like existential threats, right?
Yep.
That's what he want to project. Like the government is like weakening and we have to like go to war with our neighbors and conquer stuff and exploit resource and stuff. I'm kind of like it. I kind it's just that I don't like that like we are playing like important NPCs, right? So I don't like that NPC has to do it alone unless that there is something that is hugely going to tell whether that thing's going to happen or not, right? Like destructing like traits, right? To show that there is a resource gap and everything like that. So this guy might have to like do the thing himself. But I kind of like that he has some influence, right? He has some right hand man that he can rely on. What do you think?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
He has like his own Marcus. He has his own market. He has his own
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony. Yeah, that he can send through, right? So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I think we're going for this guy. I think we're going for dual class variant. I like the gradual. What you say that gradual attribute score increase.
Uh yeah, what's that rule called again? Oh my god, it's been so long.
Yep.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah, it's a variant rule. Yeah,
I kind of like
don't
it because for
is
this
it
campaign, right?
automatic bonus progression? Are you talking about that?
Automatic bonus progression is 100% automated because we are not going to play with a lot of magic items, right? And Pathfinder is balanced based on magic items. So automated bonus progression is a must. If we think about it, right?
Alright, wait, we're playing with
Mhm.
automatic bonus progression and dual class at the same time.
Yes. And
That's
since
a
this guy
lot
is
of
really
things to
since
track.
this guy is really important, right? We might as well go for free variant. What do you think? Because yeah,
Uh
I'm the GM, right? I kind of enjoy that free variant. The class variant is already broken, but we have like free variant for
but
big bad evil
but
guy.
but then I have to track so many things. Wait,
I don't
okay,
know.
okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Okay, fine.
yeah. I mean, yeah, free variant. We don't have to go for like combat on stuff. We can for that free variant we can go like for like diplomats or something
Yeah.
that is interesting, right? To
Yeah, something
spice
that
things.
adds utility instead of
Yes,
like just straight up like,
combat.
oh, you hit harder. Yeah,
Yes,
I get you. I get you.
yeah. So yeah. But yeah. Only for this character, but other character, right? We might not going to play with dual class variant. We might going to play with just
Oh,
free archetype
fine.
or some like a mook, right? A low life mook. We might just
Right.
no free archetype, no no dual
Okay.
class
So
variant. He's just a
depending
guy.
on
Yeah, depending on time.
how,
Yeah, but depending on character, right?
okay.
Yeah. So
Right.
for
So
this first character that we are playing in Eximus, we might play as someone that will be the bit bad for this for this campaign, right? For this era and for this campaign. What do you
Okay.
think?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
that's great.
is okay, sure,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
you're going to give me some time to create this character
Yeah,
because I have to look at
that's
world
fine.
class
Yeah,
and free architect, which
yeah,
is like a lot of things.
yeah, that is fine. That is why we call this a session zero. It's just for me to understand your world, for me to uh to to uh to to
So,
plan ahead, right?
were right.
So,
My initial idea
mm-hmm.
is I think I'm interested in something like a fighter investigator type of.
All right, that's great. Fighter investigator.
That's
I will
like
allow that.
that's like a good base to start off with. So like
Mm-hmm.
this guy is like a little bit of like jack of all trades, but like can
Mm-hmm.
take care of himself type of thing.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that covers a lot of bases, and
Yep.
so like we
Mm-hmm.
can take this
Mm-hmm.
sort of character in any direction. Gameplay wise, I mean, like
Yes.
we can make it more action orientated, or we can make it more intrigue orientated. Like it doesn't really matter because
Mm-hmm.
a character that is a fighter investigator would be able to do almost
Mm-hmm.
everything decently well. Not great, but like it's
Mm-hmm.
decent.
Yep. So can you tell me about the city right around Exima X? Yeah,
Okay,
Eximus. Yeah,
Eximius, I haven't
yeah,
had time
yeah.
to discover or
Hmm.
sort of unfold.
So we are where
So
we're going to start for this character, right? Um, r-
I'm happy to let you decide on
I think
anything.
yeah, I think we're going to start at the capital, Eximium. Right now we don't have any like things that is flashing out. But we can expand on it. If you don't mind.
Yeah,
Yep.
because no, I gave it to you
Mm-hmm.
like with the idea that whatever I didn't write down,
Mm-hmm.
it's like feel free to just
And
throw in things.
all right, throw things. Since it's a
So
Roman uh Roman uh
yeah, so I'm thinking like the architecture is very much
mhm,
like Corinthian columns, like
yes, and
so like
marbles, right?
marbles, yeah,
Yep.
very vertical, right?
Mm,
Like
yeah, very like
and
antiquity, like Rome was
yeah,
built.
correct.
Uh,
And
do,
very geometrical, yeah.
uh Another question, right? Rome before have slaves, right? Do this republic right now has any slaves that they grab from other places,
I
or
think
is it still
no,
new, right? Is
I
it?
think the status quo has been in place
Mm-hmm,
for long enough
mm-hmm.
where there are no longer slaves. There wasn't any recent conflict where they would have been able to acquire
Acquired
slaves.
slaves. So right
So
now,
whatever that
mm,
used to be slaves, like maybe 500 years ago, have
become a
already
free
like
man. Yep.
yeah become a free man
Uh-huh.
purely by like
By
having
birth of
existed
citizen.
so
Yep.
many cent. Yeah, correct.
So Brezov is Brezvo, right? The city near Lucantium, right? Lucantum.
Yeah,
Is it part of the Republic or is it part of other place?
no, it's part of Styria.
By part of Styria. Okay.
So Styria is
Mm-hmm.
a used to be a so prior to okay 7 centuries ago they were captured by the Eximium,
Yep.
but history from prior to that point
Mm-hmm.
don't really exist.
Mm-hmm.
Partly because I didn't really think about it, and partly because
Mm-hmm.
the Eximiums would have like
Mm-hmm.
burned all the books,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they were granted independence about a 140 years ago.
It's like gold, right? Where the Romans come
Yeah,
and go,
yeah,
come and go, come and go, and not
yeah,
really
yeah,
actually entrench their civilization over there. It's like
yeah,
they like to claim over there, but not
yeah.
really.
Gold. I think gold is like a good comparison. It's also a lot like
Uh-huh.
the Baltic, like in
Uh,
the east, central to East Europe, where like the Romans would have like come and gone, but then they didn't want to maintain a legion there, so they're like, okay, you know what, just do your own thing.
thing.
Like,
And
We
sometimes we
can't we
come here,
can't hold
yeah.
this land anyway. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes they came, and then sometimes they just leave it as it is, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be like interesting.
So Brazil is part of
Mm-hmm.
the Styria, which is
Mm-hmm.
a now like an autonomous region. It used to be like a vassal to
Yeah,
Eximium,
yeah,
but 140 years ago, they're like, you know what,
mhm,
you're free to go. Like,
yeah.
we don't want to maintain,
Mhm.
we don't want to spend resources there anyway.
All right. So where are the party exactly? The party exactly where they are
So
right
they
now?
they they're out of Volos in Aegean
Volos.
city
Yep,
state.
I can see Volos over here. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
that's going to be
So
interesting.
I have well, I mean, I intend lah, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever they do is up to them
Mm-hmm.
to base them around somewhere between Volos and Angsa Clear.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if they decide, okay, like we're gonna go elsewhere, then okay, they'll go elsewhere.
Yeah, yep. So right now the main uncertainty in history is that whether the Axiom is going to expand as an empire. To do
Yep.
this is to dissolve like nationalistic content. Try to break trades. You you try to break trades. This character is going to be like scummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to like this first character that we're going to play in Axiom, and then we're going to move to other. When he reach when we reach like one front, right? Like this checklist already done, we can move to another character. And if the party does not stop, we would say that yep, again is going to get invaded. If they left, right? If they left the region, in few months or in few years, they would heard about yeah, again is going to be like invaded, and there is a big war that's happening. So
Yep.
yep, that's a good collaboration of campaigns. So section one is just for us, like section zero is just for us to explain about the world, about the conflict that would happen. And I kind of enjoy that you allow them to free roam the map, to move one place
Yeah.
to one place.
I
Usually,
I
yeah,
I just give them quests and like they can.
yep.
I don't know. I feel like if I created this one and then don't let them use it, it's gonna be a
Yep.
bit of a
I
waste.
mean, that is why it is important. Is for me, right? As a GM to GM, it's like that is why for me it's really important for the GM has their own fun, right? We have this one big plot between you and me. We're going to invade again, while they can do whatever they want, and we shall see about it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to enjoy this solo game, man. Oh my god.
And so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you need any like
Mm-hmm.
if you need any notes on like
Yeah. I think
what you need to do
yeah,
to
I think I just need notes on Eximius and Aegean city states. That's the only two thing that I'm going to need. Maybe the government, I think, what they believe in, what their cultural value right? What do they
yeah.
think about their others
Okay.
neighbor?
I
Yeah.
I can tell you off the bat
Yep.
that Eximian
Mm.
is very they are like a country in going to humiliation right now because
Yeah, they
they've
just
had
lose
to
Syria, right?
yeah, they lost Syria and long time ago
Mhm.
they lost the three city states to the east,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And
So
then
that's their colony.
well, not anymore
But
because
anyway,
obviously
once upon a time,
the
it's their colony, right?
yeah,
Oh
once
my
upon
god.
a time, because they are pointing towards the sea that leads to a continent to the east, which I haven't had time to like.
Mm-hmm.
But basically that makes them
Mm-hmm.
economically so much more superior to the point where they're like, you know what, we're gonna be independent. It's like okay, sure.
Mm.
Well, we can't do anything about that. You're so much richer anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Free City States is like they have like this huge sea, right? They have Lorraine as their neighbor to trade with.
Yeah, yeah,
Um. So and then they have the dwarfs, right?
yeah.
Um. Do the Republic like trade with dwarfs, or do they close door for that?
They do trade with dwarves.
Dwarfs.
Dwarves,
Yeah, the
the
Kelda
Keldarum
dwarf.
dwarves,
Yeah,
at least they are more like
neutral.
that. They are
Switzerland.
pure capitalists. Like
Yeah, they are like
they
Switzerland, right?
they'll
They live like
they will trade
mountains.
with anyone. Yeah, they love mountains. They are not that neutral because they are always in war against the Silvarian elves,
Mhm.
but they're like, you know what? You wanna trade? Come trade.
Wait,
I don't mind.
okay. We might going to play as a trader from Keldarun dwarfs,
Oh
right?
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Yeah.
sure. Sometimes we can like sometimes we don't have to be like this overarching plot. Sometimes we just play as whatever we want.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
Eximium is a very bruised and battered country, I would say.
Mhm.
Aegis,
Mhm.
Aegean city-states, I will have to sit down and think about it
Mhm.
because I didn't really have like a unifying like cultural sort of
Mhm.
trait binding these
I
people
mean,
together.
we can just focus on two city, right? One is the Athens and one is Sparta, right? Sparta is the one that's going to be
Oh
like
yeah,
very
okay.
wary
So
with all of these foreign nation, while the Athenians are going to be
okay.
like, yeah, we welcome, and then suddenly you're going to get invaded by
So the
this.
way I see it,
Yeah.
Aegis is Sparta. Aegis is the military
Uh-huh.
powerhouse of the
City
city-states.
states, yeah.
They are historically famed for producing a lot of
Yeah.
champions.
Champions, and then they have,
So
yeah.
like high-level adventurers in our terms,
Yes.
as GMs.
Yep.
They and then Tripetra will be a
The Athenians.
one of the coastal one of the coastal ones that trade a lot.
The trade
Like
blood, yeah. Oh right,
uh
that's great, man. Oh my god.
Tripetra would be Athenians. Like
Yeah,
they would be
yeah, dead the
this
city. Okay. Going to write it down, man. It's there's a lot of good stuff that we have here. So Aegis is the Sparta of the nation. Sparta, the nation.
yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
obviously Aegis is like sort of the
Mm-hmm.
I would say the bed from which the
Mm-hmm.
Greek peoples would have originated because it's like on a delta
Mm-hmm.
along the coast. So like it's where humans would have like not humans actually, but like just humanoids in general would have gathered and formed like the
Mm-hmm.
sort of the first of the Greek cities.
Mm-hmm.
So they are like
Mm-hmm.
Babylon kind of like that it's where the Greeks culture started.
Yes, I mean, okay. What do extremists think about the Arab state? Uh, because I know that they trade, right? It's just that
Yeah.
like a common man, what do they think about this other culture
So
or the Arab
I
state?
would say this they are not on poor terms.
Mm-hmm.
They never had any intention of holding and conquering
That
the
area, right?
Arabs
Yeah.
because it's too hard to project force all the way out there,
Yep.
especially as it borders.
The Orobi Desert, right? Where the people can just run away to the desert and
Yeah,
then do like
correct,
asymmetric warfare over there. We're going to
correct.
leave our
Yeah,
city and just going to do asymmetric
yeah,
warfare.
correct. And you know you're living in next to mountains. You're living on the coast. Like you're not prepared to fight us in the desert. We'll demolish you in the desert. So like the Romans are like ambitious but not stupid. They
Stupid.
know that there's no chance of them holding.
This city, right?
Yeah.
Even
So
though,
they're like,
yeah,
okay, you know what? We'll chill.
yeah, even though that the city is richer, they know that they are not going to hold,
Yeah.
since these people just going to go to desert and do like asymmetric warfare and causing a
Yeah.
lot of time and money to just maintain. But they do have
Yeah.
like ambition to get back their colony. They have the ambition to take Styria. They have the ambition to attack Aegean and expand to Old Republic, right?
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, Old Republic is like the final goal for them because
Our Republic. So if they can capture our Republic, they can control the entire
has southern.
southeastern coast,
Yep.
which is like crazy. Like it's very ludicrous, but at the same time, they also know that they
Mhm.
don't have
I
a
mean, one,
solid
yeah.
chance of doing that.
I mean, if they can take one or two cities, I mean, that would be like, it would be so much for them to maintain the farms and everything like that. Don't you
Yeah,
agree?
true.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
true.
not like the whole continent. Like this is going to take like this the whole island is going to take like generations, like hundreds of years to pacify. It's just like if they manage to make to conquer what city is it? Let me see. Oh my god. Mm, we have like two different maps, so maybe on Foundry when I import this on Foundry, right? I might be going to add with like political map mobs.
Ah, yeah, yeah, sure. And then
Yep,
you draw the border on the
yeah,
city view.
yep, city view.
Yeah, that would
So
be easier. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, if they can get like these three city from underneath like Hesotrania, right? Hesotrania in
All right.
Edonia, like
So
that
you can capture like
Zeradin. Yeah,
Orkut and Laravel. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's going to be huge manpower, like orc manpower to maintain to maintain the farms.
yeah.
Right. Okay then. I kinda like it. I'm kinda like it. So
But
this yeah.
you need to remember, the more they project south, the more vulnerable they are up north.
North yeah.
That's the problem with Rome also.
Yep.
They wanted to try England, and then they got smacked by the Germans.
So yeah, we shall see the uncertainty. Right now we are focusing on just one person that tried to reclaim back what is lost, right? Try to reclaim back what is lost. We're going to make our empire great again.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a nice tension,
Yeah,
I
nice.
think.
Yeah, nice first tension, and then we can move on with other characters. Yeah. I think that would be our first session. I think 1 hour, right? Yeah. I think yeah, we already like discussed for 1 hour about this. I think next session we will create our first character, and then we will start play. I guess.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Yeah, if you need any notes to fill in the
Yeah.
gap of like, because I know I didn't leave you with much.
Yep.
I'll try to give you more stuff on the
Mhm.
Aegean and Eximus as well.
Yep. Yeah. This just
We'll
to yeah this to I mean to narrow down, right? Maybe the capital, Vericonium and Caledonia. Like that.
Yeah,
That
sure.
for me, like I think it's going to be important because we want to do like destruction of trade. We want to make the republic become more paranoid, right? Right now, the republic is like some senators are in denial. Some senators are have the same idea of this
Some
character.
senators,
Yeah.
yeah, resign the fate to like decay already. Like,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just here to finish my tenure and go retire in
Retire.
the countryside.
Yeah. With my farms and with my workers and my farms, right? So yeah, I think we are going to do something that would cause the republic to attack the again free city states, and we shall see.
All
We
right.
shall see. Right. So I think that would be our discussion, I guess. So yeah. Do you have anything to say to our viewers? Since we already like discussed, I cannot wait to play with you.
Well, look forward to our actual gameplays. I know, like,
Yeah,
probably listening to two guys talk about
yeah,
a map is like kind of boring, but like, I think, yeah, I'm quite excited to play as well.
yeah. I mean, I understand. In your position, I think is that both of us are how do you say this? Both of us are forever GM, and that's for me like a service for you, like to break the monotony of the
We'll we'll scratch each other's back.
like
We'll
yeah.
we'll take turns.
We take
Yeah.
turns. Yeah, I mean that's fine. All right then. I think we will see you guys later. We are not sure we are going to play for next week. It's all depend on Atticus, whether he can make it next week. But if we can, we will create our first character, and then we will move forward with the campaign. Um,
All right.
thank you very much for for viewing our live stream. We will see you guys later. Thank you.